Hello and welcome to the Aerobic Edge podcast. I'm Joost, your coach over at Base Bodies. And in today's episode we're going to talk about the minimal strength routine for runners. So let's go. Today we're talking about strength training, something every runner needs. But most runners do it differently or wrong. When I'm talking about strength training, I'm not talking about a gym or heavy weights. I'm talking about a minimalist approach that you can do at home. It takes you 5 to 10 minutes each day and will make you a stronger and healthier runner. Here's what most coaches don't tell you. Your next marathon PB isn't fixed in absolute strength. What you need is strength, but more like a running economy and efficiency and a better endurance. And strength is just a part of the complete routine. So how can we work on our strength without limiting our adaptation and recovery for running? That's where our minimalist strength routine comes in. So let's have a look how that works. What's the problem with strength routines and running? Well, your body has a limited capacity to adapt and recover to the stress you give it. So let's say you did a heavy lifting session today. Maybe you need 48 hours to recover. But tomorrow you have a tempo session or even just an easy run planned. Now you're spending more than your body can recover. It's going to dig a bigger hole and you're just building fatigue and stress your body can't handle. So strength does work and it does help with running, but there's a point that it's limiting and there's a point that it actually helps your running. So we have to balance the two out perfectly so it will help you and not hinder you. So I'm not saying strength training is useless. It's absolutely useful, but we have to make it really specific to our running and it should help our running and not hinder it. You don't need bigger muscles, you need to awaken them. You need glutes that actually fire when you're running, and your brain needs to fire them while you work, while you're running. And most runners don't use their glutes. There's a term for it. It's gluteal amnesia. And we need to reawaken our glutes, work on them, activate them before each run, and that will make us a stronger and more efficient runner. So let's see how we can do that in our strength routine. So let's talk about our minimal strength routine. It's just a few minutes each day. And it's divided in multiple pillars. And each pillar has a specific function for our running. So pillar 1, glute activation. What is it? It's a routine you do just before you run to awaken your glutes. Why does this work? Well, as we said, most runners don't use their glutes and they don't even know how to use them. Gluteal amnesia. So if we awaken those glutes and activate them before we go for a run, our stride changes and we're going to use our glutes more and more we practice this. If we don't, we get a shuffling gait, and a shuffling gait is a very good way to get injured. So we don't want that. We want a very strong and nice, powerful stride, something that's designed to run. So how do we do this? Before your run, do 3 exercises that actually awaken your glutes, and it can be different for different persons. I usually give a list with 10 to 12 exercises and the runner just picks 2 or 3 that he feels works the best for his gluteal amnesia, to awaken his glutes. And it could be something like donkey kicks, donkey whips, or standing glute activation exercises. Before we go for a run, we do 3 sets of 8 reps of these exercises, the one you feel works the best. It takes about 2 minutes and you've awakened your glutes. Pillar number 2 is the lunge matrix. We all know what a lunge matrix is. You've probably done them before. We normally do them forwards, maybe backwards, and maybe even sideways. The lunge matrix is all these directions and even some directions in between. With the lunge matrix we do all 8 sides multiple times. We start with 3 or 4 reps to every side, and each week we add 1 rep. But only if you don't have any niggles. Why do we do this lunge matrix? Well, as runners we use just one plane, we're going forward. But that means that we're probably getting weaker in all other sides and all other planes of movement, and that's an injury risk. Doing this lunge matrix will make us stronger and it will keep us injury free if done correctly. This lunge matrix also just is a few minutes, maybe 3 minutes to do, and it's a very good exercise and it builds up over time to be a strength workout. If you have any knee injuries, skip this routine. Listen to your body. If you have any niggles or injuries, stop them immediately and build up maybe later or go see a physiotherapist. Pillar number 3 are hill blasts. We've spoken about them before in our previous episodes. But hill blast is also a very nice way to improve our running economy, but also our strength in our strides. So also doing this every week will build up our strength in running. And when you do this hill blast, you'll probably notice that after 1 or 2 sessions, you'll get some muscle fatigue or DOMS. And you're going to awaken muscles you never used before and you're going to strengthen them. So you'll maybe a little bit sore after them, probably a day later. But that's a good sign because it shows it's working. You strengthen your muscles that you didn't use before. You're strengthening your glutes, and that's exactly what we want in our running. Pillar number 4 is activated, isolated stretching. What is it? It's not just stretching, static stretching, it's assisted stretching. So take your hamstrings, for example. If you want to stretch your hamstrings, you lay on your back and just using your leg, your muscles in your leg, you lift your leg upwards until you can't go any further. It's the limit of your range of motion. But you can get it a little bit further using a rope or a towel. You wrap it around your feet and you put it slightly, just for a few seconds, to get it a little bit further. This routine of assisted, isolated stretching will really help with your range of motion. It will keep you more flexible, and you need flexibility in your stride when you're running. And just stretching doesn't always work. After a run, stretch a few muscles, of course, that's always a good idea. But activated, isolated stretching really helps to improve your range of motion. And of course, it's not just for one muscle group. You can do multiple muscle groups. I'll give a link to a video in the show notes for examples how you can do this AIS stretching. Then we go to the biggest part of our minimalist strength routine, and that's the Myrtl routine. It's something you probably don't know yet, but the Myrtl routine is a routine really focusing around your hips. It's a bit outdated, you might think if you see the videos, but it's a really helpful routine. Even PTs prescribe this routine to help with strengthening your hips. So let's see what the Myrtl routine can add to our strength routine. For instance, leg swings. Your leg swings forward and even sideways, but also donkey kicks, donkey whips, fire hydrants, mountain climbers, or hurdle steps forwards and backwards. It's a complete routine. It takes about 5 to 7 minutes to all the reps in this routine. But doing this, you will notice that you'll get more range of motion within your hips, what you want, because you want hip extension when you're running, but you'll also get more strength in your stride because your hips and your legs are more stronger. When do you do the Myrtl routine? Well, it depends. If you have the time after your run, you do some stretching, and if you have another 5 to 7 minutes, you can do this Myrtl routine and then head for the shower. If you don't have that amount of time after your run, do your stretching and hit the shower, you can do the Myrtl routine while watching TV time. It's just 5 to 7 minutes. You can do it maybe 2 or 3 times a week in the evenings, but just do them multiple times each week. That's the most important thing. You can do it after your run or during TV time or during some other spare time. Another pillar is our ankles. We need strong ankles for our running. So what can we do to prevent injury in our ankles? Well, there are a few ways. I like to do balancing exercises on one leg, and there are a variety of ways you can do this. But one way you probably never heard about is during brushing your teeth. You do it every day, so this routine doesn't add any minutes to your strength routine. Every day when you brush your teeth, stand on one leg and close your eyes. Try to keep your balance for 10 seconds on your right leg, then switch to your left and do it another 10 seconds. And keep switching left to right until you're done brushing your teeth. It sounds like a crazy exercise, but it's really helpful. Because when we're brushing our teeth, we can't focus on our legs. So we're teaching our brain to fire all the muscles we need to keep our balance on one leg. And what is running? It's falling from one leg to the other. We're standing on one leg at a time. So we need to be very efficient in doing so. And you'll notice when you're brushing your teeth on one leg, you're activating your glutes and your legs to keep your balance. And this is teaching your brain how to keep your balance and have a stronger stride. So it's maybe a bit of a silly exercise, but it really helps. And it even helps with your ankles. It's an exercise PTs give to sprained ankles. And we want to be resilient for those kinds of injuries. So doing this will also help keeping injuries away around your ankles. So now we have a complete routine before and after our run. Before our run, we do glute activations. You can pick 3 exercises from the Myrtl routine. After you do your glute activations, you do your lunge matrix. You start with 3 and add 1 rep each week if you don't have any niggles or any injuries. After a run, when we come back, we do some stretches. Maybe you have some stretches you like or your favorites, and you can do them. And we also do our active isolated stretching with some assistance of a rope or a towel, and this will help our range of motion. After we do the stretching and you have some time left, you can do a Myrtl routine. And a Myrtl routine is what we talked about. It's all around, focused around our hips, increasing our range of motion, increasing our strength in our hips, and opening up our stride. And the last exercise we've talked about is maybe the most crazy one. It's standing on one leg with our eyes closed during brushing our teeth. And you alternate your legs for 10 seconds on each leg. So let me put this all together. How can we achieve this in our daily schedule? So before you run, you do your glute activations and your lunge matrix. After your run, you do some stretching and maybe the Myrtl routine. If you don't have the time to do the Myrtl routine after your run, you can do them 3 or 4 times a week during TV time. It just takes 5 to 7 minutes and it will help you a lot. And brushing your teeth is something you do daily, so that doesn't take any extra time. So with this minimalist approach, it just takes 3 or 4 minutes before your run and maybe 3 or 4 minutes after your run. And then we add the Myrtl routine a couple of times a week. So all in all, it's maybe 6 to 10 minutes each day of strength. It's not a lot, but exactly enough to help you run stronger and faster. Coupled with the hill blasts and other sessions we talk about in this podcast and in my coaching, it will definitely help to get you stronger and more efficient and faster, because that's something we all want to achieve. Why does this simple and short routine work? Because it's something different than you see probably on social media. Well, you don't need to be an incredible strong person to run a marathon. You need to be a durable and an efficient runner to get your next PB in your marathon or whatever race you're doing. Your body needs to be able to do those 50,000 steps, those repetitions, without breaking down. So we need a routine that's focused to help us achieve that goal. It should assist our running and not hinder it. It's not how much weight you can lift, it's, are your glutes firing? Is your pelvis stable? Can your hips move throughout the entire hip extension? Are your ankles strong enough, and do you have enough range of motion within your ankles to have a good and efficient stride? These things don't come from heavy lifting. These things come from a daily approach we can manage every day. And 5 to 10 minutes, the hill blast wake up your glutes, the Myrtl routine strengthen them and help your hip extension, the single leg balance exercises help your ankle strength and help you to unlock your glutes. So this system isn't about getting bigger and more muscular. It's about awakening what's already there. It's about helping our running instead of hindering it. And the best part, it takes about 10 minutes a day. And that's something we all have in our daily routine. So that's it for today. I hope this gives you something you can use in your coming runs and your coming weeks to become a more efficient and stronger runner. As we said, we don't need the gym, we just need our body weight. And that's more than enough to get strong enough to become a better runner. If you have some injuries or niggles, then absolutely go see a PT. And if you want to lift weights, it's also not a problem, but do it also with a personal trainer that overlooks the entire process, so you don't injure yourself by lifting weights on a wrong way and pulling muscles. And tell your personal trainer that you're a runner and that you want to become a faster marathon runner or a half marathon runner, and that your routine has to help with that and not hinder it. They can help you build a strength routine that helps you and doesn't interfere with recovering and adaptation for your running. If you want the complete routine with more information, go to my website pacebodies.com and you can find the entire strength routine with links to the videos to see how you can do these exercises. I'll also put the links in the show notes so you can start this week with your new strength routine. Thank you for listening, and until the next time.